Welcome to the Gods Podcast. Another episode. I got my boy Tyree Acosta here.
I gotta bring the highs. We here again. Yeah.
What I love you, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, it's never a dull moment.
You know what I'm saying? Look, we here with Briana.
Yes.
How are you, Briana?
I'm good.
How's it going?
Let's meet her, people. Hi.
Hi, so I'm Briana.
Yes.
How are you today?
I'm doing good. I work as a revenue cycle manager at a hospital in Brooklyn.
Okay.
So that you deal with money?
Yeah, a lot of money.
Okay.
So you like an accountant major or like how?
So I got my master's in healthcare administration.
Oh,
Master's degree.
Yes.
Administration.
oh shit.
So from there, I now just manage the registration team at a cancer center.
Okay.
As well as a breast center. And I just oversee like the authorizations, billing, all of that.
And you're 24?
Yeah, 24 years old.
24, master's degree.
Yeah.
With a great job, doing great work.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty dope.
That's what's up. You young as hell. You successful as hell. Like, what
you.
the hell else is left? What you gonna do? It's time to start a family?
Yeah.
It's time to start a family?
Pretty soon.
So the title of this episode
Is, wait, can I say it?
you can say it.
So we brought you here because we respect your story, and we want you to. I think you should be the example for other young women. So the title of this episode is "Marriage Minded in a Broken Home."
Okay.
Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
Let's
Perfect.
go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Do I have to go on camera? It's already out there. Okay, we call it Unbroken. All right. Look,
Yo, wait. Okay. Can I say?
what?
All right, I'm sorry.
Do you think?
I'm saying like now that just talking to you and hearing your story, it was amazing. You grew up in it's unfortunate, I would say, like untraditional but traditional, considering what most black families look like. But you had all the odds stacked up against you. You had every fucking reason to say, fuck men, I don't need men, I don't want to be married, considering what your mom went through. And I have a lot of respect for your mom, because if it wasn't for her, you wouldn't be here right now.
It's true.
And you are Haitian.
Yeah.
It's like passe.
Not voulez.
Shout out to the Haitians. But yeah, talk to me, Briana. How were you able to still have that mindset of wanting to be married, wanting to have children, wanting to start a family, being so that you grew up in a household where your father didn't raise you, right? It was just you and your mom. So walk us through that. What inspired you to want so much what you didn't see growing up?
Okay. So first thing that I would have to mention is that I'm the type of person where I don't let history define me. You know, I wanted to create my own path of what my future would look like. And even though I did not have my father in my home, I did have other figures that I could look up to, like my uncle, my grandpa, and then my mom. She also played the role of a mother and a father at the same time. So just seeing how much of a hard worker she is, and she's always done the best to make sure that I am the best version of myself possible. But at the same time, I know the effects of what it looks like when a dad is not in the home.
Right.
And that made me want that even more. But not only about having a father figure or just, having a husband or somebody that could have my children. It's also about having the right person.
Gotcha.
Because anyone could fill that role.
Got you.
So, yeah.
So, what is the right person to you?
Yeah, what does the right man look like to you?
Give me, like, when you're dating. Oh, and you've been so busy. You have a master's at 24, so you probably as busy as hell in school. I don't know what a dating life of someone like that is like. So, do you feel like you're active, like, dating-wise?
So,
Or like, give me a little...
backstory.
Like, did you prioritize dating now or more so back then?
Are you dating at all? Was you dating in college?
Okay, so I've been dating for a very long time.
Okay.
Since high school, I was in a long-term relationship, but after that,
How long? How long was the relationship?
just 7 years.
Wow. Damn. So, I mean, but you
Yeah.
probably have maybe one or two real relationships in your life, right?
Yeah, one real relationship.
Wow. Well, that's a good thing
Yes.
for certain reasons. I'm going to explain why later. But so what do you look for in a man if you feel like you have limited experience? Would you say you have limited experience?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Why do you not say that?
Because during that time, I just learned so much about men. I know I may not know everything about all men,
Right.
but I have a pretty good idea. After spending so much time with someone and actually being intentional, you learn a lot.
Gotcha.
You know why I asked that question?
Yeah.
Because a lot of women think that you have to have a plethora of men to gain experience in dating. Where you're telling me I got a lot of experience from dating one man.
Yeah.
Which other men who are trying to date you in the future would appreciate that. Like, that's something that we will be like, okay, that's great. So I wanted to go back a little bit. You said that because we named the episode, but I don't even really know much about you.
Yeah.
So you say marriage minded in a broken home. You say your home was broken. You talk about your father not being there. I go through the same thing. I was raised by a single mother.
Yeah.
Didn't meet my father till I was about 18. And then when I finally did meet him, I understood what my mom was saying about him. So I go through something similar. What is your story? Like, your father wasn't there at all? Or is it like he was there and then you didn't have him? What happened?
So wait, the first thing that I noticed is that before I even get to know a lot, I could just tell by the mannerisms of a female if she's feminine or not. Soft spoken, very, not to say you have to be quiet to be feminine, but stays to themselves.
Yeah.
Not always trying to be the life of the party, more reserved, more to themselves, just the way they respond to things. So the first thing that I noticed was your feminine behavior, and not having a father to protect you would lead me to think that you would have to protect yourself. But where did you find that protection growing up to make it okay for you to still be in your feminine?
From my family. So I had my mom, my grandma, my grandpa. It was like a whole village. So we just always said it takes a village in my family. So they always gave me a lot of love, nurture.
Wait, Brianna, come closer to the mic. Yeah, so you can hear you.
So you said you're Haitian.
Yeah.
And I think that plays a large.
That plays a huge part of it, because if you want to talk about like Americanized black people who don't have a country they come from, like we don't know, it's just black in America, we don't have that family cohesiveness that you have, where it's like dad doesn't have to be there, but there's an uncle who's he still stay on business. He's still a masculine man in the home, not in the home, around. You see him enough to where you can get advice from him, or you can get advice from grandpa, or grandma has been with grandpa since they were however young, so grandma can even give you good advice.
Were your grandparents together?
Yeah.
That's
grandparents
okay.
were together.
And I was thinking
Because it's like, this is something we going back to, because we was talking about the black community in another episode, and arranged marriages and all of these things, and what I'm just basically the idea of family and how like vital that shit is. It's to like that you could miss. It's like what is that? Do the body does this? Like when some part of the body fails, they just kind of make up for it and like doing other
like compensate. So one part of the body compensate.
That's what it. The father wasn't there, but there was other masculine figures to kind of fill in that place, so that you didn't become a masculine woman. Because like you speak to me, you're soft. He said you are soft spoken. I walked by, you was whispering, and I'm like, just thank you for having me here. It's been so like so. It is nothing. Not saying that women can be.
It's a beautiful thing, because in modern day time,
Be that way too.
no, but what I'm saying, like most modern day females are the opposite of what you are.
Given the things that you have experienced.
And it's okay, pay me to think that you came from a single parent household. Like I wouldn't have fucking believed it at all.
Let's highlight our guest. Can you tell us a little bit about your upbringing growing up? Where did you grow up?
Okay.
Did you grow up in Haiti? Like, tell us a little bit like about that, like your upbringing.
So I was born here in Brooklyn, New York. I was raised in Brooklyn as well. And
Okay,
a
so
lot of
Hold on,
no, because I feel like she's shy. Like,
bro. Go ahead, Brianna.
talk your shit, girl. My fault.
all right. So in my home as well, there was a lot of family members. So my mom, she had me at a pretty young age. So
How old was she when she had you?
20.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so she had me at 20, and my grandpa, my grandma, my aunts, my uncles, they all filled in. So it was just a lot of I'll say it's a broken family only because I didn't have my blood father there.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we were still like a family. That was the only broken part about it.
Yeah, so I feel like we should rename the whole episode while we do this. Like that's not a broken home. My situation.
No, it is because a father is the other parent, right?
Yeah.
So wait, if the father's not there, it is a broken home. Not to say that the other
But
people
there
in her
was
family,
love there.
yeah, but we can't minimize a father's role.
Absolutely.
Right? So when did you start to notice that your father wasn't? Did you normalize that shit to say, damn, like my father's not there, so what? Was it something
Did you
that?
miss your dad?
No.
Yeah.
Why not?
Originally I didn't. It wasn't until I started to become older and as a teenager when I started getting into relationships and stuff like that that I realized I wanted to know more about what it meant to have that, fatherly love. Because at the end of the day, there's certain things that, women, we need to learn from our fathers.
So how did you know, like, and I'm sorry, I'll keep cutting you.
Yeah, bro. So that's like, wait, hold on, Brianna, finish speaking, because I want to get more from her. Go ahead, Brianna.
Yeah,
I want you to,
so-
Yeah, go ahead.
talk your shit.
Okay. Yeah, there's certain things that we have to learn from our fathers. And I'm not saying every single father is a good father, but there are some really good fathers that teach a lot of morals to their daughters and stuff like that. And of course, my mom gave me a lot, but I saw it as like, she's a woman. So I wanted to know more from a man. And
What was the things that you know? Looking at it now, what were the things that you missed the most of not having a father?
That's a good question.
that is a very good question. The things I miss the most about not having a present father would be that protection, like knowing that
Emotionally or physically, Brianna?
physical, that physical protection. Because of course I had the emotional protection with my mom and everyone else in my family, but at the end of the day, it's nothing like a father's love.
So have you felt like you were in danger?
Wait. I'm
was-
ask. Were there situations that?
He was like, what's that nigga said? Like, from where's your son? Your dad? No, I'm sorry, man.
Yo, tell me what am I doing right now?
I want you to cut. Let me just go call like a face. Where did he beat up? Damn, man. No, but no. I do this. I'm joking, but I am trying to understand her better because to me, it's amazing that you could be this. You don't seem to be broken. You don't talk about less fair. Like you don't seem to break. Like
What makes you think it's okay? I mean, what gave you that power to not have to raise your voice, right? When you don't have a man to push your voice. Like, it's just amazing to me. I need to know. I need to like study your fucking DNA because it's like, I'm not trying to like give you the big head,
Yeah.
but I strongly believe it. Even with our other guest, Shanae, too, man. Like, it makes me feel so good knowing that there's substantial great black women in the world. But what's behind your drive to remain so just who you are, even though you didn't have what you needed at a young age, and you could have used that as an excuse too. Like, what made you embody these qualities and traits?
why don't you hate men? That's what he says. That's his trick. Why don't you hate men? The dad failed you. Well, you dated him for 7 years. You're not with him now, right? So Deep might have. We don't know if he failed you. We got to get both sides of the story. Because sometimes maybe that's feminine. And what you did, maybe you did something, but we don't know. But you've been let down by men. And what I often find is that women who are let down by men tend to be more masculine because I have to embody the qualities that I need.
Have to become the man that
I gotta be tough because there's nobody to be tough for me. So why don't you hate men? What you said fairly filled that in, and then you said that I realized that we never let her finish.
Yeah, well, okay, wait. No, wait. So let me ask you. Why do you feel like you needed someone there to protect you physically? Because I asked physically or emotionally. You specifically said physically.
Good question.
What made you feel like you needed a masculine presence to protect you physically, specifically?
Oh, because emotionally I was protected, but physically it's
When did you have danger? Give me an example.
is there-
You was walking home and somebody tried to mug you?
So I had a situation when I was 15 years old and I was walking through Far Rockaway and just normally walking down the street. And then there was a group of guys. And when I was walking past them, one of them tried to grab me up. So it was
Okay.
until then I actually really started to think
So,
about
so
physical.
from that moment, you felt like if I had somebody there, that I wouldn't have to feel the fear that or whatever I went through.
Exactly.
And how did that situation resolve? I'm just asking you, like you grabbed, did you like say get off of me?
Yeah.
Like,
I shoved him off of me. And then he left me alone.
okay,
Yeah, so
I'm talking to you as a brother.
okay.
Okay, I'm not talking to you as somebody who's victim blaming or anything like that. Why did you walk? Were you alone?
Yeah, I was alone.
Why did you walk through a group of guys alone?
I didn't know that it wasn't okay to do that.
and the truth is, if those men were masculine men, you should be safe in their presence.
Yeah.
A group of masculine men could see a woman and she's safe because you don't got nothing to do with you. Like, go about your business. I don't know why they did what they did, and it's not right. But what I would tell you is, you should have not thought that you should walk through a group of guys because you don't know which one of them is that type of motherfucker.
That's true.
So what I would say is like, yeah, you did deserve protection in that sense. I get why but so that made you miss dad.
Yeah.
In a sense. Like, if I had a dad in that moment, he would have punched everybody.
Exactly.
I would have felt safe. And so you understood more about it when you physical protection.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha.
No, that because I'm trying to learn her.
Yeah.
Trying to understand her, because it's like, okay, you never felt emotionally abandoned, you said. Like,
No.
you never felt like I didn't feel unloved or anything like that.
Because you have a family too, right?
Exactly.
I'm trying to understand what contributes to you, because what is your view on men? Like, when you think of the dating and thing, do you have like a negative outlook towards men? Because media in general is going to give women negative outlook towards men just for what they see on media.
From my perspective on men and relationships, a majority of it comes from my religion. So I go back to...
You even talk about it. What are you?
So I'm Seventh-day Adventist. That's a denomination in Christianity. So
So you guys follow the Old Testament, right?
both Old and New Testament.
Okay, because you observe on Saturday.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sabbath.
Sabbath. Okay.
Oh, he knows stuff. How I do 7-day Adventist. If I believe in
No pork.
So no
right.
pork,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
crab, no shrimp.
no crab,
Yeah, no crab.
Yeah. No shellfish.
No seafood.
shrimp,
No shrimp.
Yeah.
so no shellfish.
Yeah, no piercings.
No tattoos.
I can eat chicken.
Yeah, you can eat chicken.
I can drink wine.
Not too much.
I think.
What the hell's doing, guys?
Not to the point
What
where...
did God say about it?
Not too much to the point where you can't control your thoughts.
So you
Gotcha.
can't be too inebriated. That's fair.
To make the decision, right?
Make the decision.
So
Okay.
so how did your faith play a role in you being how you are today?
It played a major role in the way that I am today, especially with the things that I didn't know.
Yeah.
I looked towards the Bible with that a lot, like specifically relationships as well.
Fuck you.
It speaks about a way that a woman should treat a man, a way that a man should treat a woman. So even if I'm seeing what's going on in the world or what my friends may say or different people, I still, because that's my religion and, it's my faith and I believe in it, that doesn't impact me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So what does the Bible say regarding how a man should treat a woman and how a woman should treat a man?
So a woman should submit to a man. and-
Wait. What did you say? wait. Do you believe that?
I believe in it.
So how do you stop?
Do you believe that a woman should submit to her man?
Yes.
Not just any man, but her man.
Exactly.
Okay.
But at the same time, I always believe that I'm not going to submit to anybody that's going to lead me to darkness.
Got you. Wow. And what does submit what does submit look like to you?
Submit looks like to me that I can trust this person with my life, literally. So, yeah, that's
It's like
what
electing
me.
the president. I'm not going to elect the president who's going to lead me to a shitty economy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you should only align yourself with a man who you believe is going to take you to the right place.
Exactly.
And that's deep because I said from just talking to you, you're feminine, but right, submitting is a different thing. So like I always say, my personal belief is women should be statically feminine and selectively submit, right?
Yeah.
Just like a man should be statically masculine and selectively provide. You're not going to submit to every man that you're feminine in front of, but that's who you are.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you have to submit to that man. So that's really
You're
deep.
still soft-spoken. You're still respectful, but you're not going to let any man lead you astray.
Exactly.
Some women
So-
think that in order for them to be strong, they have to be combative. You're not combative,
No.
but you're not going to listen to any motherfucker that comes along.
Exactly.
Facts.
Shit.
Facts.
Literally.
That's what we look for in women. That's what we say. This is what we champion. Like, okay,
Yeah.
that's a woman.
Yeah. Well, but also too, I always say like a woman, they don't look for their equal. Women date their superior, right? Women want a man that's stronger. Women want a man that's taller. That typically women want a man that makes more money, more competent, right? So that looks like a man that's better than you in every regard. So I always say a woman will go to work and fully respect her boss, but come home and disrespect her husband. But that husband is willing to die for that woman. That boss is not.
Yeah.
So that's kind of ass backwards to me. It's like, but I respect your point of view and your way of thinking. How did your mom, damn, so since you grew up in a house without a father, I know your mom must have felt some kind of way, but how does she balance, right, having her own personal views towards your father, but not letting it affect you and how you view men? I think that's.
Added some shit. She had personal views towards your father.
Wait,
yeah.
let's wait. What's the?
Because you can't. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. No, that's not saying information that we did not.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
say. Even though she had personal.
I didn't say that. I said she does, but I don't know what those personal views were though. Listen,
You just assume that she did.
you don't think that a woman had a person could have
She could
personal?
have said your dad was a great man.
But did I say that she didn't say that? I said she had personal views of her father. I didn't say those views were good or bad.
Talk to me.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't say those views were good or bad. I said that she could have had, she had personal views. How did she keep that away from you, right? Enough to not let it affect your personal life and how you
You already
get
sound
mad.
like it's negative, but I'm gonna.
I mean, but sounding like whatever. I'm just asking, right?
Yeah. So
Mhm.
with my mom, one thing that she's always told me is that she wants me to be better than her. So that's a
Wow.
thing.
What does that mean? What does mean? What's better than her? Why should?
And your mom is super successful.
She is.
Why would
Amazing.
Good. Why? What's better than her? Look.
Have a better life, like have a man who will love me unconditionally and, just do things the right way.
So
Damn, that's deep.
hold on, cause let me see again. Let me cook. Hold back. Let me ask some questions. So it sounds like mom was speaking from a place of trauma, but she might have gave you good advice. But it sounds like from a place of trauma. She sounds like she didn't have a good marriage herself, so she's telling you certain things. Like, and I could be wrong, but what was the exact dating advice your mom gave you? Like, when she said about men, was it like focus on career first and worry about
Yeah.
men later?
Yeah, she
What?
that was her mindset. Like
Yeah.
just focus on my career, focus on school, and then everything else will.
And there's nothing
About-
wrong with that. You should achieve your dreams. But oftentimes when I find women, older women say that when they had a marriage that they wish they did that thing. Where she probably felt like if I had money and options, I would have been able to maneuver this or navigate this relationship in a position of power. Maybe she had more say so in the house. Maybe that means she could have left when she wanted to if she didn't want to stay. Like, I don't know what frame that she gave this. It still turned out great because you still seem like a nice person to me. I don't know nothing about you. You seem nice.
Thank you.
Like, I don't know. But what thing is all I want to talk about is women sometimes, especially older women, they give bad advice to young ladies sometimes based off of a position of trauma. Now, it happened to work out for you, which also is, I think, partly because of your religion, which I love religion because religion is just a big book of philosophy. I think philosophy, what you got was philosophy that told you, like, do this. Everything a father was supposed to tell you, you was able to extract from a book a little bit. So you kind of learn what to value. You learned morals. You learn certain things. So even though dad wasn't there, you had family and the book
Yes.
to kind of give you that masculine mindset, which is, what the right thing is and how to, whatever.
Uh-huh.
What I'm saying, I say all this to say, did your mom speak ill of your dad? Or like, what was that? What did she tell you about your dad? Because it's
Because I'm sure you had questions, right?
Not like that because I really believe like when my mom, I value her opinion a lot.
So what did she?
So
it's like two sides. There's the truth. There's the good and the bad. There's two sides. Like dad might. Did you ever speak to him?
no. So the thing is that he was never.
So you'll
Bro,
never
let
know.
her answer, bro.
So he was never really intentional with me. So never called me on birthdays. The last time I saw him was when I was 3 years old. And then when I was 16, I'm the one who had to reach out. It's not until now we have a better relationship. But it took a lot of time. In my opinion, it shouldn't be when I'm in my 20s. That's when things should be, he's trying to be a father. But, I'm grateful for that as well. But still. So yeah.
Nah, I met my dad when I was 18, so I completely
Wait, so you're still grateful that you were able to have somewhat a relationship with him?
Yeah, because now I can understand a little bit more. Before I thought maybe he just did not, love me enough or whatever the situation was. But speaking to him, and he was also coming from a place of trauma where he felt like because he couldn't provide financially, he couldn't be a father. So it's not like he only did that to me, but he also did it to like my little sisters, and it's just been a constant thing.
And you forgive him?
I forgive him.
You do?
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of
that's
to me.
No, because we just talked about the biological. When a man feels like he's not able to fulfill his,
But is that strong enough to
wrong.
keep you?
He's wrong. He should have been there, money or not.
Yeah.
He should have been there.
Yeah.
He should have been there. He should have been there, fucking with whatever he got. But a man feels inadequate when he cannot fulfill his biological role. And so when he couldn't provide for you, it's like, I would rather me not be there
Literally.
than to show you a poor representation of a man.
Well, he had 24 years though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, hold on. So you can't get yourself.
Still on some bullshit.
No, hold on. What I'm saying is that you can't come into a better financial situation if you're mentally stable to be able to do something a little bit differently financially in 24 years. I mean, that's not a good enough excuse to me, and you're a better person than me.
It's a terrible excuse.
It is, but nothing could keep me from I don't give a fuck. Like me being a father,
Yeah.
it's nothing could ever keep me from my daughter. So, but I think that's big on your part. But that goes to show what kind of heart you have, that you can forgive a man for not being there for you. The times where you went through things where you needed physical fucking protection, and a girl will never tell everything that she goes through, threats that she faces, and that's my biggest fear, is something, like being put forth in front of my daughter. I'll do anything possible for that to never fucking happen. So looking at it now, you're still young with a master's degree. You're 24.
Yeah.
Do you prioritize finding a man for marriage, or is it something that you think you'll just stumble across when the time is right? Like, do you put like priority on that shit?
Yeah, I prioritize it.
Really?
I've always prioritized that, even going through like my schoolings and stuff like that, which made me very selective when it came to choosing like who I would be in a relationship and stuff like that. I've always wanted that, long-term stability, be with someone who I could build with, and,
How do you know what to look for?
based off of what I was taught and also based off of other people's experiences.
And do you know now what you don't want?
Yeah, I know
Considering
exactly
what
what
are
I
the things
don't
that
want.
you don't want?
Don't want an insecure man.
What is insecure, man?
An insecure man is someone who doesn't know his value.
What did you
Doesn't-
Because everyone says that and it can mean different things. What did you go through? What insecure man that you went through that made you say, this is why I don't want an insecure man? Because everyone's going to have a story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your story.
My story is that
How was
in
he
my
insecure?
Bravo, let her answer the question. Go ahead, Brianna.
he was
Yeah, oh my God. Go ahead.
he was insecure because he would say things like, "Oh, I know you're better than me. You can find better than me." Stuff like that. And even when I would tell him, you're smart, you can do this, you can do that, he didn't believe in himself enough to do that. So
What did he do for a living? Brianna?
That was my next fucking question. He felt inadequate because you're superior to him in some way that
You're 24 with a master's degree, earning great income, with a great position. Yo, you in a favorable position right now.
Was that at the time in a relationship?
in the time of the relationship, I was between 16 to 22. So
16 and 22.
yeah, so by 22 I was done with college, and
Yes, I can see that progression.
What was he saying this shit to you? Like, at the beginning? Like, did he feel like he was always?
no, probably when I was in college. Yeah, when I was about
When
to
he realized that you was about your shit and he probably wasn't on shit,
yeah,
he probably realized, oh shit.
And you both came from the same place.
yeah,
Like they say, what they say, people have a harder time accepting your success when they come from where you come from.
sure.
It's easier to celebrate someone that you never met, but people hate you the most when they know that you come from the same building, the same block as them.
Yeah.
So when he see his girlfriend trajectory going up and he's like stagnant,
Yeah.
I mean, of course, like, and what did he do for a living, Brianna?
So during that time, he was a little bit inconsistent because he didn't really know where he wanted to go, which was another part of, the imbalance. Because I have always been the type of person where I know what I'm doing, I know where I'm going, I know where I want to be. But with him, it was a little bit different. It's like once we hit our 20s, he, for some reason, didn't really know where he was going or what he was doing. So he would work regular jobs, which I did originally as well, like worked at Walgreens. He also did like fast food and stuff like that. But yeah, during that time.
But you know what's the crazy shit? Say like if he was in your position financially and educational wise, and you were in his position, the relationship wouldn't have suffered. Like if he was on that upward trajectory and you were him, right? I don't think that he would have give a fuck. But that's the importance of a man being more competent.
It's obvious.
No, but what I'm saying, but most women act like they don't care about that. What I'm saying,
She didn't say she cared about
what
it.
I'm
She said
saying,
he cared.
in general, I'm saying that's why it's important for men to be better than their women so that the relationship can last.
She didn't say she cared about it. She
I
said,
said in general.
So-
I'm saying
yes, so it would be better for him mentally. She said, were you fine with the way things were going before he started acting like how he was acting?
Things were fine originally
Would you
until we
consider-
started getting older, and I'm like, yo,
So
we
you
gotta,
would, so you
we
would
both
have.
got to be on the same.
Did you start to like say things to him that made him feel like he wasn't enough?
I told him he needs to get things together.
So and I'm not saying that you're
But you have to prove my point.
Yeah.
I said that if he was where you are and you were where he is, the relationship would have not suffered.
You're right, but
That's what I'm saying.
she never said at first that she made it clear that it was a problem for her.
But she doesn't have to- but she doesn't have
Just to add on to that,
Yeah.
when we originally got into the relationship, we had a plan.
Okay,
So
that makes sense.
yeah, we had a plan. We're gonna finish high school and then college, get married, all that good stuff.
Okay.
But it's like when we got to college, he didn't know what he wanted
Did
to
he
do.
enroll in college?
He did, and then he like dropped out
Why?
because he felt like school wasn't that important anymore. So it felt like he changed.
Are you sure about that? Sometimes men go through shit they don't tell women about. I'm not defending him. But because he sees you leveling up, he probably realized I'm not going to be leveling up as fast. She's about to be whatever she about to be, and I ain't going to be able to provide for her. I'm starting to feel inadequate. When people are not able to fulfill their biological role, whether it's women want to give men kids. Will you ever notice a woman who's not able to give a man kids feels terrible?
Yeah.
Same thing with a man when he's not able to provide for a woman. So when he sees that you are just going up here and I'm just going to probably be down here, he probably realized that, probably caused some strain in the relationship. So, like, I'm trying to understand, like, first of all, so you were saying things that would make him feel like, I need you to level up.
Yeah, but
And he probably felt, so that's when you started noticing the change in his behavior.
yeah, but
What kind of changes did you notice? Like, what was he? How was he changing?
he was changing, as in like he didn't go back to school. He at some point he even stopped working, but he had his own personal things going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Do you know why?
Why he changed like
It's not an excuse. Because
Yeah,
at
no,
the end of the day, that's not, whether, if he can't level up, he probably is not going to be a partner because you're not going to respect him enough anyway. When you get to a certain level, if he's not at your level, the way hypergamy works, you're not going to respect him anyways.
But and sympathy and arousal can't coexist. Like a woman can feel sympathy for you, doesn't mean she's going to understand.
I feel bad you can't make it, but I can't be with you because you can't make it. So that's what it's gonna be. Like I love you, but you just broke. Like so that's what eventually happens with women, and that might have happened. I'm not saying that happened to you, but I'm saying that could have happened.
So now, what are you looking for now, moving forward?
So moving forward, I am looking for a man who is passionate, knows what he wants to do, is a leader, has good morals, good values, similar values as me. It doesn't have to be exactly the same, but
Somebody
just
from
enough.
like an Abrahamic religion.
Yeah.
Right.
Or the person doesn't even have to be fully religious, but at least they can respect my religion, and if they love me enough, they will want to learn more about it. And so I'm looking for that. I'm looking for
Would you convert religions?
no.
Okay.
No, you wouldn't
not.
convert.
Just want to ask.
Well, but most, I don't know about Judaism, but like in Islam, a Muslim man can marry any religion as long as she's her religion is monotheistic
Uh-huh.
and not polytheistic. But yeah,
Also-
so you want to convert to any other?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm also looking for a leader, someone who
And what does a
can
leader
help.
look like to you? When you say leader, what does that mean to you?
A leader is someone who can lead me mentally, emotionally, because I know women were like emotional.
What is emotional leading for you? I haven't. I know what the answer is, but I want you to tell me. What is emotional leading?
Emotional leading is when I know that, I may have my moments where I'm feeling all these feelings and I don't know how to
To keep you centered, right?
keep them,
To be a
keep it
therapist.
centered. And he's like, it's okay, babe, just keep me centered. So that's what
So you have times where you might feel like you're erratic emotionally. You need a man to ground you or center you.
yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think women need to admit that and men need to understand what that means because women are bad at explaining themselves. What I say is they'll say, I need a man who can handle me. That means I want a man who does all the things you just said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want a man who can emotionally center me when my mind is so erratic and chaotic that I need someone who is more logical to give me some sense in that moment.
And the fact that you want those things also shows that you're feminine. It shows that you
Yes,
want a man,
self-aware.
and you want a man to come in and do the opposite of what you do. You know, so
Exactly.
that's
And I also want someone who wants to be a husband and who wants to be a great dad and all of that. It's not only about just getting married and just to be married.
So you're not getting married just for you, but you're getting married for
For
something
my
greater than
future.
you.
Yeah, for my future.
And how do you think the black community? What could the black community look like if more young women took upon the mindset that you have, and the mindset of the man that you want in your life?
Big ass question, asshole.
Yeah, I think.
No, but I mean, no, it's not.
Because she's very intelligent.
Yeah, she is.
And she understands, so I'm not going to disrespect her and say that's not
She's very
Yeah.
smart. I
So-
think she's very smart. I
You
think
know what I'm saying? But like, what kind of, where do you see the black community going if they took on that approach?
I would say the black community would be way better. I feel like right now in the black community, women and men are against each other. Black women are saying they don't need a man.
Yeah.
And then black men are saying, well, they can get any woman that they want, so they don't really need a woman. So it's like we're going against each other and there's no unity. So without unity, there's no home,
Wow.
you know?
expand,
So
expand.
Yeah.
so with my generation right now, I do feel like it's pretty tragic.
Yeah.
I know before, like years ago, maybe in the 1960s, 1950s, when there were a lot of black homes that were together. Yeah, they were together, but at the same time, a lot of the women, they didn't really have a say. They didn't really have a right. So they were together, but they would still maybe be getting cheated on or whatever the situation may be. I just feel like people
That's
just...
another topic.
Yeah.
No, we can dabble on it right now. Are you familiar with the movie The Color Purple?
Yes, I am.
Every black woman is. There's a thing called the color purpleism of America. The idea was that black women believed that they were being abused. Basically, there's a thing called a loud minority. Some things happen to some people and they are vocal about it. And because they are vocal about it, people think that that's the way that it happens across the board. So a lot of women have, not a lot, some women have said that they have been abused or they've gone through certain things in relationships.
Yeah.
And because they've passed their story on, and they've been so good at passing their story on, it has scared a whole generation of women away from men.
It's true.
So there's like this whole idea that no, black men and black women, we are financially or economically, technically at the bottom. We don't have the money as black men to be like so domineering over you in a way in which what happened was white women came during the feminist movement and convinced black women that black men were treating them like as badly as the white men were treating the white women. So I don't know if you know about this.
I know a little bit about it.
A little bit about it. And say Gloria Steinem, apparently it was CIA funded, which I didn't even know. Apparently the feminist movement was CIA funded. I did not know this. I learned this recently. But they basically convinced black women that they were being abused and stuff at the same rate as white women. The thing is that prior to a certain time period, you know the time period, I forget the time period, we were married at like an 80% rate.
So black people were the most married group of people at one time in America.
Yeah.
And what happened was, they introduced the Welfare Act, right? Into the black communities, right? And what happened was, back before then, black people welfare used to be like a stigma. Black people used to look down on welfare. So now they were supplemented what the man was bringing in and convinced the black woman she didn't need the black man, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, white women went back home to their husbands. Black women didn't, right? Or black men were not allowed back in the home. And that destroyed a society. And I always say we were doing better per capita, even though right now we might have certain black people doing better than other black people. But as a whole, we were doing better. And if you look at the black community then, where there were more racism, more things in place to keep us, segregated and things like that, we were doing better with two parents in the household. And now look at how we're suffering right now. So just for you to have that mindset, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah, it's crazy to me that you seem like, and it's two people, me and our other our other lady who was here. Y'all both seem unbroken, which is like great. I feel like black women, or we are as a whole, are healing because it's like I meet a lot of women that don't necessarily blame men and hate men the way that I see on social media, which is fucking refreshing.
Yeah.
Because the way that we see it on social media, I've seen stuff where it's like men shouldn't even be born and all types of crazy things. Like it started to make me think like, what is the end goal of feminism? Like feminism started for equality.
Yeah.
But like, what are we fighting for now? Like, if you're getting to the point where you're just like, well, men don't deserve to live. Like, I've heard stuff like this.
A lot of them saying,
It's like, yeah, like, so it's like we've gone too far.
yeah.
Like, you know, at what point do we say like, and we do owe you women as black men? We
I mean, there's
owe,
theories on it, right? Double taxation.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
you were saying.
So to divide us to divide men and women, they saying there's a money and thing incentive behind it. Basically, if both you and me are in the workforce, they make more money.
Also, who's raising the kids? If the mom's working, the dad's working, who's raising the kids?
I can easily brainwash your kids through media if both parents are not in the home. But it's a lot of reasons why destruction of the black family or family as in general in the Western culture, there's an incentive to destroy family. It's just that we as black people tend to probably get the worst of it because we're at the lower end of economically, not women, but mostly probably men. Yeah. We're lower economically. There's a lot of reasons why we tend to get the worst of it or the brunt of it, but it's affecting Western culture as a whole.
Now it is. Briana, what kind of advice would you give to a young lady who grew up in your situation if they still wanted to like break that curse and do better than what they come from? What kind of advice would you give to a young lady coming from where you come from?
I would give her the same advice I gave to myself, which was I'm not gonna let my history define me. Like I get to create my story. I get to create what I want my future to look like. So just stay true to yourself, stay true to your morals and values, and also know what it is.
And what would you be willing to, if your husband came in and said, babe, you know, I would feel more comfortable with you taking more of a housewife role. Would you be comfortable with that, or you're not willing to compromise with that?
That's actually something that I would be open to. I feel like my own personal advancements and my career and all of that is good for me. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, I prioritize more of like a family, and that's what I would want.
And why do you prioritize family more than your own personal accomplishments with your career?
Because that's my future, in my opinion. That's my future.
Who taught you that? You just think that? Like, you just...
Yeah, that's what I think. That's me.
No, why? Like, no, for real. Why? Why do you think that? Like, because that's a great way to think, and that's a way that's unselfish and will save the black community. Yeah. But how is it like, you're the anomaly? Why do you understand that, yo, I don't really... It's more important that I sacrifice for the greater good. How do you get there? Yeah.
Because of, like, my past and my history.
What do you mean past?
So my past as in, you know, not having a father and just knowing how much I wanted that and stuff like that. It made a...
So how can an absence of masculinity make you want to be a wife and all of these things, but for other women, the absence of masculinity makes them tougher and more aggressive? What is the difference? Yeah. Is it the religion? Is it the parent? I don't understand. I'm really trying to learn.
Hey, what's the difference?
So I would say it's the religion, but it's also the fact that I use that absence as a motivation for me.
And not having it makes you understand what you actually need so that you want it more.
Exactly.
Wow.
So you're just a born anomaly, because not everyone's going to think like that. How are you able to take your emotions away and say, like, you know what? I'm not going to feel a way about it. I know dad wasn't there, but I still want a man in my life. Like that. Not every woman can do that. That takes a huge amount of maturity. Maybe that's why you say she's an old soul.
It's true, but at the same time, I felt like I didn't want to suffer. In a way, it's suffering because things didn't work out with my father, he was absent, and then now I'm like, oh, I hate all men. Then I'm only doing myself a disservice.
That's so logical. That's so logical.
Briana, thank you so much, for coming here and being open and honest and sharing, your personal experiences with us. We don't take it for granted. And these are the kind of stories that I want people in the Black community to hear, because if more women thought like you, and I look at other communities and how they think, and that's what's keeping them afloat, that's what's making them successful. It's not just how much money we make independently. It's how we come together collectively.
It's true.
And how we prioritize family collectively. And I always say, even if you're, earning minimal, your wife is earning minimal, guarantee your kids are going to earn a little bit more than their kids earn a little bit more. As Black people, I think we want it all tonight, yesterday.
Yeah.
But it's an uphill battle. Right. And we have to sometimes sacrifice what we want for the greater good of people who look like us. So, yeah, man, I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. We need to highlight more stories like this. Hopefully you can mentor some young ladies,
Yes, definitely.
And I wanted to apologize firstly and foremost because I cut you off so much today because one, you're so soft-spoken. It's hard, but also you say so many good things. Like there's so many good, like we are here.
And the man will, look, your husband, he will run through a brick wall for you. When you make him feel like when you say, and you said this, I didn't say this, you want to submit. When you speak to the king and your man, he's going to go above and fucking beyond.
We're here to highlight you. We want you to understand. We want people to understand that a woman like you, especially 24, you're like, so, and when I say 24, it's like a lot of younger women are, because of what they've been told by media, they've been programmed a certain way.
But you want to get married.
Like, so usually women have to...
we're taking applications. You gotta get through us.
Yeah, like usually you're 24, the women are out there outside doing their thing. So it's like to see you, it's like, thank you, there's hope. You make me feel like there's hope. There's still some like women who have morals and integrity and value. And so that's why you're here. We're here to highlight you and say like, you're an amazing person. Keep doing what you're doing. And that's what's up.
And you gotta come back,
appreciate it. Yeah,
please come back.
We want all our guests to come here.
Haiti, she's making you proud, man.
Yes.
And like I said,
Nabule.
thank you, Briana. I appreciate you. Please come back.
You.
Please, we gotta do a part 2. I have so many other topics we want to
I want you to get out your shell. Because that's another reason why I was cutting you. Because I feel like you wasn't talking your shit, girl. I feel like you got more thoughts in your head than you letting out. You're trying to be too pissed with it. You know what I'm saying? I need you to talk your shit. So I feel like maybe the second or third time you come back, you probably let loose a little bit. Because I know, still waters run deep. Which means that you're quiet, but in your mind, there's an opinion about a lot of things.
Thank you.
I want to bring that out in you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Briana.
Thank you so much.
The Guys Podcast. Until next time, Tyria Costa, Briana Cesar.
Thank
you so much for coming. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yourself, Muhammad.
Akhtar Muhammad.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.